This is a video to show you how to get started by drawing from a canvas for your machine assignment, a long-term project we're going to be working on for the rest of the term here, off and on. Alright, so here we go. We're going to start, if you don't have the right version of Fusion, where in your data panel you see the team setting and you can grab the engineering and marine engineering design and marine engineering tab, then you need to go get the correct version of Fusion. So to do that, go to the Autodesk website, autodesk.com, log in. It's up here to log in, and then click on your initials once you're logged in. Then you can go to Products and Services and click Got It. Oh, usually you have to click Got It. Then we can go into Fusion 360, One Seat Education, download that, and run that on your computer to get the newest version. Alright, then what I'd like you to do is find a picture of an excavator, of a car motor, of a piston, of something like that that we can use as part of your machine here. I'm going to use a shape like this, something where I could imagine that wing moving. You could also do something like a frog jumping or elephant walking or something like that. And then, any number of mechanical systems would work as well. But today all we're going to do is create this in 3 dimensions so we can cut it out on the CNC router. Okay, so back in Fusion, navigate to the engineering design and marine engineering team. Go into that project, then go into engineering design. And I'm going to use period 1A as an example. Go into canvas assignment after that. In canvas assignment, you're going to save your new file. So I'm just going to save this here. And this is in 1A canvas assignment, or whatever your class is, canvas assignment. And I'm going to call this Blake's canvas assignment, or you could just call it your name or something like that, as long as you can find it easily after this. Alright, we're going to insert this canvas, but first we need to get our scale correct. To get our scale correct, start a sketch on a plane and draw a rectangle, R for rectangle, or create rectangle, and then D for dimension, or create dimension. Click here and do 12 inches by 12 inches, like that. So you got this 1 foot by 1 foot square, and we're going to put a drawing on this next, a picture on this next. So we're going to go to Insert, Canvas, Insert from my computer, and then mine's in my downloads here. I'm going to grab this screenshot, and I'm going to place it on this plane. Oh, that's about the right size too. I think it auto-scaled it for me. And click OK. You can change the scale and a number of things in that previous window. Then I want to do a pattern of this. We are not going to be able to catch the detail of every little bit of feather in here. We're going to need to paint with a little bit broader brush strokes for this particular assignment. So I'm going to go to probably use a spline tool, fit point spline, create spline, fit point spline, or you could use lines for whatever straight lines you have, and I'll show you some tricks with working with splines. First, I'll pretend like I've got some straight lines here. So I'm going to go to Line, the first tool, and I think maybe like this part could kind of be approximated to straight lines, though it's not really. So I'm going to start by zooming in, finding a good place to start, and then drawing those curves there. And let's say I kind of like that, and then I want to start drawing something curvy on this side. I hit check mark, and come back and go to create spline, fit point spline, or use this shortcut up here, and then you can start a spline from there. And then let's say I want to go to a straight line from there. I hit the check mark, go back to create line, and then click from there to my straight line and check when I'm done, like that. However, I think this is almost all a curve for me, and there's some other tricks you can use in here. Create spline, fit point spline. I'm going to do the outside curve, and I don't want to try to capture all this detail at this time because the machine is not going to do a fantastic job of that using the method we're using. So I'm going to try to catch the outside edge of all this, something like that. But I don't want to try to curve this spline around here. It's going to be frustrating like there. So I'm going to end it right there and come in with a new fit point spline from that point that sort of creates these tail feathers out here like this. Now you definitely could get a bit more detail than what I'm doing right now and be effective, but you got to remember that the size of our cutter we're going to be using here is this big. I'll show you right now. The cutter is going to be 0.25 or a 1/4 inch in diameter. So now if I click escape and move this around, I can see that like I'm not going to capture that detail in there because the cutter won't be able to fit in here without destroying parts of the design. So I wouldn't even be able to fit it in here at all. So you wouldn't be able to cut out this area here. And for this assignment, I really actually don't want you guys to do interior cutouts too. So if I wanted to cut out the eye or something like that, I don't want to do that in this assignment either. Once you're done with all this, once you've created your design, you can extrude it a certain amount. You're going to extrude it 1/2 inch and then save your file. So let's pretend I finished this here. I'm going to go to just do a really rough job here. I would encourage you to do a little bit more care than this. But a very rough job would look like this. Something like this. And let's see if I can check mark there. And then I would extrude this shape 0.5 inches like this. And this is complete. Alright, obviously we should do a better job than that, but I wanted to give you an example, and go ahead and try that out, and save it into this folder right here.